Hello again, folks. I've had a few requests recently to explain further how the clusters feature of eWavesHarmonics works. So that's what this video is going to be all about. I'm going to use the cable daily, going back to 2016 as an example. So why do we have clusters? Well, if we think that price has come to the end of a long downtrend, we're going to want to know where price might retrace to, and everyone knows how to do this. Just do a simple Fibonacci retracement from the top of a move to the bottom. But what if price goes back further still, which in this case we know it does. So I'm going to zoom all the way out, and I'm just going to, for the purposes of this exercise, blank out the lines to the right, using that's my candle hider ND. So traders, we don't know where everyone starts their retracement from. Everyone's got a different view of the market, so someone might do one there and someone else might do one from there, and someone else might do one from all the way up here. And then they're going to look for the clusters of where the Fibonacci levels align, or if they haven't done lots of them, they're just going to be focused on the one level, the 62% or the 50%. So that's fine, it's easy enough to do all those. But what about if people are looking at the weekly? So let's go to the weekly. As you can see, we've got to go back even further, so someone might have started doing it there. So fine, but it's all a little bit fiddly. You've got to draw all the different types of retracements, and this is where the clusters comes into its own. Let's put the test mode back on. I might have to keep doing this because we want to pretend that we don't know what's going to happen next after there. So let's clear that for now. And we'll just use the clusters tool. Now, as I said, we're only interested at the moment, because we think price has come to the very end here, we're only interested in where price is going to retrace to. Now, what we don't want, when we initiate the clusters tool, you've got the retracement values, expansion and extension. We're only interested in retracement, and we don't want a load of swings. So this is the weekly. So what we can do is just space out the swings a little bit. If you find that that's not you're not getting many levels here, clusters, you can increase it so it shows more. So it's not looking for the ones that are very, very close, just slightly, reasonably close is good enough, and we're quite happy with that. And now we're going to freeze that. Let's give it an orange colour, and we will go down to the daily. I've got rid of my marker line, so let's just put that back on so I know where we're measuring from. Let's go down to the daily now. Put the test back on. There you go. So now we're going to do retracements, but just from the high here to the low there. Up to the high. And again, we've got lots of swings that it's picked up here. We don't really need all those, and we also don't need all these at the moment, because we're only looking at retracements. So let's just increase the swing value a bit more. That should do us, and we can freeze those, and we will give it a blue colour. So now we have some retracement levels that we can look for when the price comes up. You can do a cluster on those, but I don't think we've got any that are particularly close at the moment, so it might not pick it up. That's close. These are quite close, but we're not going to do a cluster just at the moment. We're just going to leave those retracement levels on. So now price has started to retrace, and you can see just how nicely the clusters, the retracement clusters have held price there, a little bit there and there. But now we want to have a think about where price might be going to along these retracement clusters. If you were doing things manually, you would probably do a Fibonacci expansion from there to there, and you might do another one from there to there, or you might have started it from over here, and you might do some internal retracement Fibonacci's like so, and then you'll be trying to work out where price is going to go to using your manually drawn levels. Alternatively, if we clear that, we can just use the clusters tool. So we're going to use everything here: retracement, expansion and extensions. Let's put our test mode. Where's our test line gone? On, and let's use the tool from there to there. Now what we want to make sure is that we've captured all the swings, which we have here, because there's not that many of them, and we can, because we're going to now use the cluster, we can go a little bit mad with the number of lines we're showing, so they don't have to be particularly close. That's fine, reasonably close, and then we can freeze that like a pink, but the cluster on, and then we can get rid of the pink again. Sorry, bear with me. Get rid of the pink and turn it off. So we have a cluster for support here, here. There's a potential target. There's some targets up here, and let's see how price progresses. And as price does progress and we get new swings, you're going to be wanting to do your clusters again. So let's get rid of the old clusters and let's redraw using the new price information. Like I said, we're got mad. We've got all the major swings here. So daisy. Let's freeze that again and do the clusters and get rid of the. So here you go. There's a key cluster here and a key cluster up here and a few up there. Let's just see how that works out. The cluster provided support here, a bit of resistance there, some more support. This TZ2 looks very good. Come on. There we go. Price has gone all the way up and hit that cluster perfectly. Can't go any further than that. We can, if we want to, just put the files back on, redraw everything, get rid of our old clusters, repeat the exercise. Sorry, we wanted a cluster. So basically that's where we got to with our previous cluster. price couldn't go any further, and it's now making its merry way down. And at this point we can start everything again. We can do a retracement from, you would delete all the old clusters. In fact, we can do that anyway. You might want to get rid of the old retracement lines. Let's get rid of the blue ones. Just leave the weekly ones on for now. And we're going to do another retracement because we're looking for price to, well, we're expecting the major swing to continue on down, but now we want to get an idea of where price might stumble, or we can look for add-ons of this move here. So we haven't got all the swings captured, so let's just capture them. There we go. And we're only doing retracements, so we can freeze that. We go with pink, and we can see where price is going to be making its merry way to, and probably finding some resistance and support along the way. And again, as you got new price information coming in, you can start doing the full tool. And we're going to use everything. We do a freeze on that. Let's go blue. Let's do a cluster. Take the blue off again. Yeah, that cluster held. And you would just repeat the exercise down and down and down, and as you get new swings, basically. I think that's it in a nutshell. The key thing is, when you're doing the clusters, you don't want to have a million swings to look at, because it's just going to get too messy. If you've got lots of cluster levels, that's where the cluster tool comes into its own. Use a bit of common sense, really. You're trying to think how other traders will be analysing retracements and extensions, etc., and how just the markets naturally react to Fibonacci levels. That's it. Yeah, happy pipping.